Hello my dear children, let us start with the chapter, continue with the chapter electrochemistry. Now today's topic is numericals of the specific conductance and equivalent conductance. Formula I have already given to you in my last lecture. Now open your NCERT books. So I am taking very important numericals of NCERT first in text, that is examples. Open the examples, not in text first. I am taking your example number 3.4. Open 3.4 example. Right? Now start solving with me. Now I am taking example number 4. The question is resistance of a cell filled with 0.1 mole per liter KCl. 0.1 mole per liter of KCl is 100 ohm. Its resistance is 100 ohms. If the resistance of the same cell, make a line, start solve along with me, not to see the solution of the example. They are very complicated way we have given. The second solution, if the resistance of the same cell when filled with, they have changed the concentration, 0.02 mole per liter, you may write capital M1. Now it's 520 ohms, second time, 520 ohms. The question is calculate the conductivity means kappa, K, as well as molar conductivity of 0.02 m KCl. The conductivity of 0.1 is given. K means conductivity, it is given 1.29. Now student, what you will do, if so many times I told you, if there are two solutions comes, two values are given same type of, then always calculate the constant first. So what you will do, this side, you either make a 2 paragraphs or better it is K, write K, because K is written this side given. K is conductivity, G is conductance into L by A. L by A is a cell constant. Calculate constant first. L by A is equal to K by G. Conductance never be given because conductance is the reciprocal of resistance. You may write or KR. Okay, G is equal to 1 by R. So your formula become L by A is equal to KR. Put your values. L by A, cell constant, is equal to K. K is 1.29 per ohm per meter multiplied by resistance. Resistance of this is 100 ohms. 100 ohms. Your answer comes 129. Cell constant. Cell constant will come in meter per meter because this is your meter. This is meter square. So it will come in per meter. So it's 129 per meter. So in this way, we have utilized the first column and calculated the constant. Now let us start the second one. Second type, this solution. Now calculate K first, this side. Write again K is equal to G into L by A. What is G? G is 1 by R into L by A. So here resistance is 520 ohms and L by A we have just calculated 129. Your answer comes per ohm per meter. Per ohm per meter. You can calculate K like this. Let us calculate molar conductance. Molar conductance, you may write molar conductance is equal to K into 1000. Your 1000 in centimeter cube. So because it is in per ohm per meter, so you may not write now this 1000 centimeter cube. Now it's divided by molarity. Molarity. You know 1 meter, no need to write because your K is in per ohm per meter now. So your answer comes lambda mole. So your K is whatever your K you put here. Now it's no need to write your 1000 centimeter cube now. It is only then if it is in per ohm per centimeter. Divided by molarity, the molarity is given 0.02. So that's answer. You can write your answer this way. Okay, now this is your molar conductors. Now I'm taking the same type of numerical, same example. Next, you can take the next example. Again, it's a very important example. Example number 5. Resistance of 0.05 mole per liter. Write on 0.05 mole per liter. Its resistance of the solution is 5.55 into 10 raised to power 3 ohm. 5.55 into 10 raised to power 3 ohms. Resistance is given. Now the question is, resistance is given, diameter is 1 centimeter and the length is 50 centimeter. Length is 50 centimeter. The question is, calculate resistivity, question mark, calculate conductivity and calculate molar conductivity. Let us start. Now you can do first of all calculate resistivity. We will take reciprocal of resistivity, that will come conductivity. Okay, let us start. Resistivity is equal to R into A by L. Write the formula. Resistivity is equal to R. What is the R? R is 5.55. Resistance is given. This is your resistance, 5.55 into 10 raised to power 3 ohms. Area is not given because the diameter is given. You will apply area is pi r square. It is 3.14. Radius is your diameter's half, that is 1 by 2 scale. So this is your radius, 1 centimeter half the scale. So whatever answer comes, you will put here area. And length is given, length is 50 centimeter. Is it okay? Now your diameter is there, your length is there. What you have done, your diameter is 1 centimeter and area is pi r square. Pi is 3.14, radius is diameter is half, that is 1 by 2 square. Now I am taking your, after calculating resistivity, how to calculate conductivity? Whatever the answer comes, you take reciprocal. Conductivity is equal to 1 by rho. Okay, I am taking molar conductivity. Molar conductivity is equal to K into 1000 by molarity. K is whatever the K comes, you put here and into 1000 and the molarity is given 0.05. So this is a simple way to calculate your answer. Now, these are two examples I have covered. Now I am shifting to the exercise questions. Now you open the NCERT exercise. There is no one in text. Now there is an exercise question I am taking. Very simple question, question number 9. The question number 9 is there. The resistance of a conductivity cell is 1500 ohm. Write down. Resistance is 1500 ohms. What is the cell constant? L by A is very simple. It is. It's question number 9 of exercise. If the conductivity is given, conductivity is 0.146 into 10 raised to power -3 per ohm per centimeter. Very simple. Write down K is equal to G. One step only. K is equal to G into L by A. K is equal to 1 by R into L by A. 1 by R is 1500 ohm and L by A is the question mark. K is given 0.146 into 10 raised to power -3. In this way, you can calculate very simple numerical 8th. Eighth numerical you do yourself, eighth exercise numerical. So in this way there are so many numericals, 2-3 numericals I will give to you in my assignment. So every time you apply the formula this, okay. Now students, it's better to take the formula in centimeter. Lambda molar is equal to K into 1000 by molarity. 1000 is in centimeter cube. Sometimes if your K comes in meter, you convert it into centimeter. Okay, you convert it into centimeter, and after that you may apply this formula. Now this is all about this. This topic will again come. This same type of numerical will again come after covering the next topic. Now I'm taking the next topic is, write down, variation of molar conductance with concentration. Of strong and weak electrolyte both. Write down the topic name. Variation of molar conductance. We will plot a graph. Variation of molar conductance with concentration, strong and weak electrolyte. First I am taking what is a strong and what is a weak electrolyte before taking the graph. Strong electrolyte is that which completely dissociated, 100% remember, which completely dissociated into ions, completely, 100%. And a weak electrolyte is that which partially dissociated, just 4-5%, 4-5%, 100%. So this is your strong electrolyte, always shown by single arrow, weak electrolyte, always shown by double arrow. It is completely dissociated, it has a greater number of ions, it is weakly dissociated, it has less number of ions, okay. Because it has more number of ions, so it conducts electricity to large extent. It has less number of ions, so it conducts electricity to less extent. More the ions, more the conductance. Less the ions, less the conductance. So that's the reason electrolyte. With better conductor, strong, lesser conductor, weaker. So I think it is clear now. Let us start the topic now. Okay, strong electrolyte completely dissociated, give more number of ions, more the ions, more the conductance. Plot a graph along with me. Now on y-axis you will take lambda m, molar conductance. On x-axis you will take concentration. Concentration, under root C is written, there is a one occasion. Concentration you will write simple. Now it's very important graph. You can take this point. This is at a very high concentration. Okay. Now you will mark here 0. This is a very much less concentration, almost dilution. Dilution it is. Low concentration. Concentration approaches 0 here. That is infinite dilution. Okay. Now I am marking this. Now here you write 1 and 1 point. Mark 2 points. This 1 point that is in the top, I have written this is for HCl. Let it is HCl. And down point is acetic acid. Question is why? HCl is on the top and acetic acid is at the bottom. Because acetic acid is a weak electrolyte. Weak the electrolyte, less the ions. See my hand. Less the ions, less the conductance. HCl is a strong electrolyte. It's strongly dissociated. It completely dissociated. It gives more ions, more the conductance. This is my first point. Is it clear now? If it is clear, let us move to next now. At a particular concentration, I have shown 2 dots. Let us start diluting them. Let us start adding water to them, one by one. I am taking weak electrolyte first. When I add water to the weak electrolyte, remember there is one formula in class 11th, alpha is equal to under root K by C. It is Ostwald dilution law in class 11th. Less the concentration, more the alpha. Alpha is a degree of dissociation. Remember student, when concentration decreases on addition of water, I'm going to decrease my concentration. This graph is shifting towards me now. When the concentration is less, alpha is more. Degree of dissociation is more. Degree of dissociation is more the ions, more the conductance. That's the reason lambda m of the weak electrolyte sharply increases on dilution. Now, again, if anybody asks you why lambda m of the weak electrolyte sharply increases on dilution, answer is on dilution, concentration decreases, alpha increases. What is alpha? Degree of dissociation. More the degree of dissociation, more the ions, more the conductance. So alpha increases, so lambda m increases fastly. But lambda m of the strong electrolyte increases to a very, very small extent. Very small extent. Why? It increases, but it increases to a very small extent. It is almost a straight line. It is almost a straight line. It increases slightly and it increases fastly. Why? Because strong electrolyte is already in ionic form. It is 100% ionic, but it was just 4-5% ionic at this stage. On dilution, no ions increases because it was already in ionic form. Now you see my fingers. Now these are my 5 fingers, very held tightly at a high concentration. When the concentration was high, my 5 fingers were closely placed. The moment addition of water, water comes in between, forces break. My fingers 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fingers are 5, but the difference at high concentration, the finger was very close. But when concentration decreases, fingers remain 5, but ions move because water comes in between, water break the forces. This means ions number remains same, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. What is going on? Here the concentration is high, ions are very close, ionic interactions were very much high. The moment you decrease the concentration, this is going on. The fingers remain 5, but the inter-ionic forces break. Ion become free to carry current. Just conductance, little conductance increases because of this. Otherwise, there is no increase in the number of ions. But in this case, there is increase in the number of ions. Students, again listen. Strong electrolyte is already in ionic form, 100%. It's 100 out of 100 marks. And it has 2-3 marks out of 100. 100 out of 100, 2-3 marks out of 100. But on dilution, this one, dilution gives a credit to it. On dilution, it's 6 marks, 7 marks, 8 marks, 9 marks, 10 marks, 11 marks, number of ions increases. It was already 100 by 100, so no increase in the marks. Just there is inter-ionic forces become weaker. So that's the reason its molar conductance increases to a little extent. Otherwise, no need to increase because it was already in 100% ionic form. I think it should be clear now. There is a very beautiful graph in your NCERT given. You can check the graph. Lastly, I am telling you, your topic was variation of molar conductance with concentration of strong and weak. So what is the answer? Strong electrolyte lambda m increases to a very small extent, but the lambda m of the weak electrolyte increases sharply. Why? Because this formula helped in weak electrolyte, but this formula has no meaning in strong electrolyte. It is already in ionic form. Okay? Lesser concentration, more the alpha, more the dissociation, more the ions, more the conductance. Now last line, very important left. Now extend this y-axis. I'm taking one more. Now, but I'm going to extend these lines. I'm going to extend these lines. Now, if I extend these lines by putting a scale, you can check, you can draw a graph, you can extend this line. This line meets the limiting value, that is concentration 0. This means, what is it? But when you will extraplot this graph, please extraplot along with me. This graph go parallel to y-axis. This weak electrolyte, you never meet this y-axis line. This means there is a occasion which is not in your syllabus. I am writing here. Now I am writing occasion, Debye-Huckel on Sagar occasion, lambda m, write down, is equal to lambda m naught minus b under root c. Not in your syllabus, it is a Debye, D-E-B, Debye-Huckel on Sagar occasion, not in your syllabus. Nothing to write. Just check. When the constant, B is a constant, you will just check. When the concentration approaches 0, then lambda m is equal to lambda m naught. See, when the concentration approaches 0, then the lambda m become lambda m naught. This means, now students, write from this graph, we can calculate molar conductance of strong electrolyte at infinite dilution. Infinity dilution it is called. You may write lambda m naught or you may write lambda m infinity. Remember this. In my next lecture I will use these terms, lambda m naught or infinity, same, infinite dilution. So from this graph, so what is the drawback of this graph? We can never calculate the lambda m naught of the weak electrolyte. There is a question this year, in 2020, this year, the question comes in the exam, why is it not possible to calculate lambda m naught of the weak electrolyte from the graph? Answer is, even on, this graph so much increases sharply that even on extrapolation, it never meet the limiting value, right? After extrapolation of the curve of the weak electrolyte, it never meet the limiting value. But on extrapolation of the curve of the strong electrolyte, it at once meet the limiting value. So students, from this graph, we can and we cannot. We can calculate lambda m naught of a strong electrolyte easily, but we cannot calculate lambda m naught of a weak electrolyte. It's a very important graph. I think 3-4 questions, theoretical, clear. Question number 1, why lambda m of weak electrolyte sharply increases, but there is a little increase in case of strong electrolyte. And why, what is the drawback of this graph? From this graph, we cannot calculate lambda m naught of a weak electrolyte. Last line, to calculate, write down, to calculate lambda m naught. You may call naught or you may call infinity. To calculate lambda m naught of a weak electrolyte, write down, of a weak electrolyte. This graph is not suitable. There is a law invented. We will take this law in my next lecture. Law is there. Kohlrausch, Kohlrausch's law. I will take in my next lecture. So this law has been invented. Why? To find the lambda m naught of a weak electrolyte. It's a very simple law. So I will take this law along with the numerical in my next lecture. Now I am giving you some summary, what things we have covered in this chapter. and sooner I will send you the assignment even. The first day I have taken a cell that is called electrochemical cell, okay, with diagram, with 1.1 voltage, external voltage, function of salt bridge, electrochemical cell we have taken. Second lecture was about my electrode potential, right? Electrode potential, that is EMF is equal to E cathode minus E anode, invention of SHE. It was my second lecture. The third was, that is electrochemical series, invention of electrochemical series, calculation of electrode potential. We have arranged them in a series, and that is electrochemical series. We started with the application and the numericals. The fourth topic was Navier-Stokesian. Now listen to me carefully. I have sent you two videos. In the two videos I have written part 5 and part 5. It is by mistake. These two videos, the video which is part 5 carrying the equilibrium calculation of equilibrium constant from Navier-Stokesian, it is written, so it is your part 5, and where it is written that I have taken yesterday, that is your conductance in electrolytic solution. Conductance in electrolytic solution. It is your not part 5, it is your part 6. So today your lecture is of part 7. Okay? And in future I will write the parts. Today your lecture is of part 7. That is 7th lecture of electrochemistry going on, and today your topic was numericals of this topic. Right? Where is equilibrium constant from Navier? Read it part 5. Where is a conductance in electrolytic solution? Read part 6, and today it is part 7. So this is all about today's lecture, and about Coriolis law I will take in the next day. Thank you.